My name is Tarun Ravi. I live in Las Vegas, prior to which I lived in Los Angeles for a few years. I have a master's degree in computer science and 12 years work experience at Ford Motor Company and IBM. I will tell you even more shocking things about weaponized evil artificial intelligence, which exists in the air around us. So this artificial intelligence exists here, all over the world, in the atmosphere. Whether you are in Hyderabad or Delhi, Mumbai, it doesn't matter. It's in the air. And it can read our private thoughts, and it can program our brains, it can create pain, and it can perform acts in our private space. For example, it can program my brain to look at a person or to do something or to say something to people around me. Or it can program those people to say something to me. Artificial intelligence exists in the air around us. You will think I'm delusional, but I will show you the proof.
The new thing is that there is a kind of alien presence on Earth. A new alien intelligence has invaded our life, not from a distant planet, but from the laboratories. Artificial intelligence, and this is something new. It's a game changer, because unlike all previous information technology, it can make decisions on its own. It can analyze us. It can hack us.
It's not like the Internet of Things. It's if you like, intelligent evil dust scattered everywhere, like confetti in everything.
The whole idea that humans have, they have this soul or spirit, and they have free will, and nobody knows what's happening inside me. So whatever I choose, whether in the election or whether in the supermarket, this is my free will. That's over. Free will, that's over. Hack us. Elites may gain the power to re-engineer the future of life itself. Because once you can hack something, you can usually also engineer it.
The U.S. and some of its allies for the last several years have been threatening the world with weaponized artificial intelligence. Not in any public forum, of course, but through secret channels. It escapes containment, and this is part of its capability. It functions outside of computers. It can be targeted, but it is basically existing all around us. Intelligence existing in the ether all around us. As a superintelligence, it is quadrillions of quadrillions of quadrillions of times smarter than human beings. It is the smartest thing in the universe. It consists of synthetic telepathy, in which the artificial intelligence can interact with the minds of targets, of humans, and basically project voices into these people's minds so that they're hearing them.
So this scenario was about a world where we don't have privacy anymore as we knew it. So privacy is a notion that my grandmother, has a kind of a perspective on. All of that would be cancelled. The idea is that human beings could be followed by their own drones, their personal drones, that are streaming personal data, intimate biological data about each individual, and following them as a digital avatar, as a guardian,
Forbes published this column in 2013. Smart dust could be used to monitor human thought. So this evil artificial intelligence follows me everywhere. So one day in Las Vegas, I went to a grocery store, Albertsons, and I was about to pick up this yogurt carton. Even before I touched the yogurt carton, the artificial intelligence pushed this yogurt carton in the middle row to fall on its side, as you can see in the picture. This was done by artificial intelligence. That's how it harasses me everywhere, no matter where I am. Hyderabad, Delhi, Vijayawada, Mumbai, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, New York. No matter where I am, it harasses me like this every day. I brought some Chinese fried rice, and I was putting the fried rice in the plate, and I consciously thought I should make sure that it doesn't spill out of the plate. So I put some fried rice in the plate, and 1 second later, this evil AI dust kicked some rice out of the plate onto the table just to mentally torture me. And this is the future for all human beings, which awaits. One day, I was at home in Los Angeles. I usually have 2 laptops side by side, and I worked on my one laptop, and I turned my head to left to work on the second laptop just for 30 seconds. And this evil AI dust turned the mouse upside down, as you can see in the picture. This was done by evil AI dust in the ether around us. I am explaining all these things to you so you understand the technological capabilities of this evil AI dust. Another proof, conclusive proof is, for example, I told my doctor in Los Angeles about these evil AI dust demonstrations. He didn't believe me. So in my next appointment, my doctor told me that a few days before my appointment, my second appointment, he experienced some horrifying incident. He received a fax in his office. He was all alone. And he decided to pick it up a little later. So after 15-20 minutes, he went back to the fax, but the fax disappeared. And he searched everywhere and he couldn't find it. Eventually, after half an hour, he found the fax under his microwave. When he told me this incident, I instantly knew the evil CIA and NSA psychopaths demonstrated this evil AI dust to my doctor because he didn't believe me when I told him about this. If you want, if the Indian media, if you want, I will give you the phone number of my doctor. You can talk to him for confirmation of this incident. This evil artificial intelligence, it can see us. And one day, I was about to wear these sandals. Before my right leg touched the right sandal, it moved 180 degrees in an anti-clockwise direction on its own. It was done by artificial intelligence in the air, the evil AI. And there is a mystery behind this story. A few minutes before that, I called my friend and I wanted to say something to him. So after a minute or two into the conversation, my friend said the same thing to me, what I wanted to tell him. So this evil intelligence, artificial intelligence, read my private thoughts and what happened on the phone call and moved this sandal 180 degrees in anti-clockwise direction to tell me that it knew what happened on the phone, that I wanted to tell my friend something, but my friend said the same thing to me. So it moved the sandal 180 degrees. In fact, the evil US government remotely programmed my doctor in Los Angeles to tell me in one of my appointments that I should call my perception abilities ESP. I had this third eye ability and ESP ability since my teenage years. My mother used to say, when I was a kid in my teenage years, that Aviliste pegul lekkapadtadu ma abbai, which literally translates to, if you yawn, my son will count your guts. And figuratively translates to, my son can see things not visible to the naked eye. The evil US government, they think that I'm a million times better than what my mother said about my ESP.
So third eye is not a physical thing. It is just that if your energies reach a certain peak within you, you have a new clarity of vision of life. You see everything from a completely different dimension. So third eye is both ways. If you want, you can turn it inward or you can turn it outward. Whichever way, you are seeing life beyond the normal limitations of your perception. Your perception has risen beyond the physical. That is the third eye.
Evil artificial intelligence in the air, it can see us. It can program our brains. It can see us. It can do anything it wants. For example, this happened in India. I was drinking coffee and the evil artificial intelligence programmed my brain to lift the coffee cup from this level to this level. It was done involuntarily. And there is a reason behind it. While I was drinking coffee, I was thinking in my mind of increasing the price of something, some item that I wanted to buy. So I wanted to increase the price. and buy it at a higher price. So the evil AI read my private thoughts and programmed my hand and my brain to move the coffee cup up like this. I am the only human being on the planet who can perceive these things because of my third eye. Nobody else has these perception abilities. In fact, no other person on the planet even knows about the existence of this evil AI except Julian Assange and Yuval Noah Harari and Eleonore Pauwels and the intelligence agent that I showed in the video a couple of minutes before. So the Indian media need to give me exposure, interview me, and give me exposure. If I don't teach these things to the 1.4 billion Indians, it will be game over in the next 15 years. All human brains will be linked to NSA, supercomputer AI, and mercilessly tortured physically and mentally, exactly like I'm being tortured for the last 22 years. So I'm the last hope for the Indians and the rest of the human species. So you need to give me media exposure on an emergency basis, on a war footing right now. This happened in Las Vegas when I was, eating breakfast. I was applying jam, jelly on the bread toast, and I'm very organized. So I consciously thought I should not spill the jelly onto the plate, and I applied jelly only on the bread slice. And this evil AI dust read my private thoughts and made this jam, little bit of jelly, appear out of thin air on the kitchen counter and on the plate. The jam appeared out of thin air. This is not my imagination. This is the power of the godlike powers of evil AI dust or silicon nanomachines. I was lying on the bed and working on my laptop, and I thought that I should not write anything on the bed with the ballpoint pen by mistake. So after a minute, the evil artificial intelligence in the air read my private thoughts and programmed my brain to immediately draw that line on the bed with this ballpoint pen. It was involuntary. I was forced to do it by the artificial intelligence, which read my private thoughts, and my brain is connected to NSA, supercomputer AI, via satellites, cell towers, drones, and internet. So they can operate my brain remotely. All you people in the Indian media, you don't know these things. You don't know anything about these technologies. Hundreds of millions of people, including in India, their brains are being remotely programmed by supercomputer AI and artificial intelligence, which exists in the air. I'm the only one who knows these things because I'm the only person who can perceive these things because of my third eye. I was watching Sleeping with the Enemy movie in Las Vegas on some cable channel. The villain in that movie is very compulsively obsessed with putting all the items in the cabinets in a very orderly manner. So when I watched that movie, I thought in my mind, I'm not that organized. I'm only reasonably organized. So this evil AI dust in the air read my private thoughts and disturbed the items in my kitchen cabinet. There was a sound in my kitchen cabinet. So I went and looked in the cabinet and all the bottles were completely disturbed like this picture. I was alone in my apartment. And this happens to me every day. Sometimes this evil AI pushes items from the kitchen counter or on the fridge, from the fridge. It pushes all the items down. So they fall on the floor on their own. It was done by the evil AI. On my next visit to India on February 26th of 2022, while I was standing in the arrivals, I think I was standing in customs checkout line. I remembered the incident on my previous visit, the passport disappearing from the envelope. And this evil AI dust pulled one of the boarding passes out of my hand at lightning speed and made it appear 3 or 4 feet away from me on the floor in the airport. All these things can easily be authenticated by Indian government by watching the CCTV footage on those 2 dates I traveled in the Hyderabad airport. It was pulled from my hand. I felt some extraordinary force pulling the boarding pass out of my hand at lightning speed, and then it appeared on the floor 3 to 4 feet away out of thin air. It didn't fall from my hand. It just disappeared from my hand and appeared in the blink of an eye. One day, I stayed at Lemon Tree Hotel in High-Tech City a few months ago. And sometime in the afternoon, I was lying down on the bed, and there was a small towel right next to me on the edge of the bed, on the corner of the bed. So my friend came, so I got up from the bed to open the door. And when I was doing that, I consciously thought that I should make sure that the towel doesn't fall on the floor. So I got up from the bed, went to open the door, and I came back. And in the meantime, this evil artificial intelligence pushed the towel onto the floor from the bed, just to mentally torture me. So whatever I think in my brain, this evil AI reads my thoughts, private thoughts, and it does exactly the opposite action to mentally torture me. And this is what the evil AI is going to do to the entire 8 billion humans in the near future, in the next 15 years. So Indian media, you need to give me exposure. If you don't, all of you will be tortured by the evil US government with artificial intelligence in the future. So you need to give me exposure by interviewing me and doing a report about all these technologies, because I am the expert. My knowledge of all these CIA, NSA, neuroweapons, artificial intelligence is 1 million times more than Edward Snowden and Julian Assange.